Remember when summer seemed to last forever? And now, a year seems to fly by in a heartbeat. If you've ever felt like time is speeding up as you get older, you're not alone. But why does this happen? Why does each passing year seem to slip away faster than the last? Together we're going to explore this fascinating question, and what we uncover might just change the way you experience time itself. It will all be clear by the end of our story. Time is one of the great constants in life. It ticks away at the same pace for everyone. 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time. And yet, our experience of time is changing. When we're young, time feels like an infinite expanse. A single school year seems to last forever. And summers? Well, those seemed practically a lifetime. But as we grow older, time seems to shrink, speeding up, rushing forward, until it feels like you're celebrating New Year's rather often. This strange phenomenon has fascinated people for centuries. Philosophers have written about it, poets have lamented it, and now scientists are trying to unravel its secrets. For years, the prevailing idea was that this perception of time was psychological. Life becomes more routine as we age, filled with familiar patterns, and the brain simply skims over the mundane details, giving us the impression that time is passing more quickly. But recent research suggests there's more to it than just the repetitiveness of adult life. In fact, our very brains, and how they develop over time, might hold the answer.
To understand why time feels different as we age, we need to dive into how our brains work. One key piece of the puzzle comes from how we form and store memories. When we're children, the world is full of new experiences. Our brains are working overtime to process these novel stimuli, and each day is packed with discovery. Whether it's learning how to ride a bike, meeting a new friend, or tasting a new food, everything is fresh and exciting. But as we grow older, much of what we experience becomes routine. The brain doesn't have to work as hard to process something we've done 100 times before. It becomes more efficient, filtering out the familiar and in the process creating fewer new distinct memories. As a result, days and weeks start to blur together, and time seems to speed up. This memory-based explanation is compelling, but it's not the full story. Recent studies suggest something even more profound: our perception of time may be hardwired into our biology. Enter the proportional theory of time perception. Imagine your life as a pie. When you're 5 years old, a year makes up 20% of your entire life. That's a big slice of pie. But by the time you're 50, 1 year is just 2% of your life, a much smaller slice. This proportional change could explain why each passing year feels faster than the one before. Our brains may be measuring time relative to our age, which gives the illusion that it's accelerating. But here's where things get even more interesting. Researchers have found that the key to slowing down our perception of time might be in our hands, or rather in our minds. Studies have shown that when we engage in novel activities, when we push ourselves out of our comfort zones and break away from routine, we actually can stretch our sense of time. In one experiment, participants who took part in new and exciting experiences reported feeling like time had expanded. Their days felt longer, more vibrant. This suggests that the brain's focus on novelty doesn't just affect memory, it can actually change how we perceive the flow of time itself.
So, what does this mean for you and me? It means that even though time seems to be speeding up, we have the ability to slow it down. By seeking out new experiences, by engaging in activities that challenge us, and by paying attention to the world around us, being more mindful and present, we can make time feel fuller, richer, and more abundant. It's not that time is running out faster, it's that our perception is changing. And with that awareness, we can shape the way we experience life.
In the end, time is one of the great mysteries of life, both finite and infinite. We can't change the clock, but we can change how we experience it. By embracing new experiences, staying curious, and finding joy in the small moments, we can live lives that feel longer, fuller, and more meaningful. The more we live with intention, the more we can savor the moments we have. So now it's your turn. How will you slow down time? What could you be doing differently? Until our next story, be well and stay curious.